The political atmosphere in South Africa has once again been thrown into turmoil after President Cyril Ramaphosa unleashed a fiery outburst against the highly scrutinized Madlanga Commission, branding parts of its recent findings as shameful and deeply disappointing. His heated reaction, coupled with an unexpected decision that has stunned both allies and opponents, signals a new and dramatic chapter in the already fraught relationship between the presidency and institutions tasked with accountability. The Madlanga Commission, established to investigate alleged irregularities within state structures and to probe deep into accusations of corruption, maladministration, and misuse of public funds, has been hailed as a symbol of transparency and justice. However, its latest report placed Ramaphosa himself under an uncomfortable spotlight, with implications that some of his administration's actions, or lack thereof, may have indirectly enabled questionable practices to flourish. In a highly charged press briefing, Ramaphosa abandoned his usually measured tone and tore into the Commission's conclusions. He accused it of overstepping its mandate, making sweeping generalizations without evidence, and even subtly playing into what he described as political manipulation disguised as oversight. His words echoed with frustration. "It's shameful for a body entrusted with truth and justice to descend into reckless insinuations. This is not oversight, it's overreach, and it is harmful to our democracy." But what caught the nation off guard was not merely the president's rare public fury. It was his decision that followed. In an unprecedented move, Ramaphosa announced that he would not accept certain sections of the Madlanga Commission's findings, arguing that they were tainted by bias and legally unsound. Instead, he vowed to challenge the report through formal review mechanisms, effectively setting up a constitutional standoff between the presidency and the commission. This decision has sent shockwaves throughout the political landscape. Critics immediately accused Ramaphosa of cherry-picking accountability, embracing commissions and their findings when they target his opponents, but rejecting them when the heat turns on him. Opposition parties wasted no time in framing his response as an act of desperation from a leader whose once ironclad image of integrity is beginning to crack. On the other hand, Ramaphosa's allies insist that the president is standing up for principle. They argue that the Madlanga Commission has indeed shown signs of overstepping, and that blindly accepting flawed conclusions would set a dangerous precedent for governance and the rule of law. For them, Ramaphosa's defiance is a defense of constitutional balance rather than a refusal of accountability. Behind the fiery rhetoric lies a deeper battle, the ANC's internal power struggle. The timing of the Commission's report, some analysts argue, could embolden Ramaphosa's rivals within the ruling party who have long been plotting to weaken his leadership. By rejecting the report, the president risks being painted as a leader unwilling to submit to scrutiny, giving his opponents fresh ammunition. Yet, by standing firm, he also projects strength, an image that may rally his loyal base. For ordinary South Africans, the spectacle has added to their frustration with a political class that seems more preoccupied with power games than solving pressing issues like unemployment, inequality, and crime. Many citizens had placed their hopes in the Madlanga Commission to restore accountability. Now, seeing the head of state clash directly with it, trust in oversight institutions could erode further. Still, Ramaphosa appears unshaken. Closing his statement, he declared, "I will not allow the good name of our constitutional order to be dragged into disrepute under the guise of false righteousness. If standing firm for fairness is called shameful, then let history judge me for it." The coming weeks will reveal whether Ramaphosa's gamble pays off or backfires spectacularly. With the ANC's elective battles looming and public patience wearing thin, this confrontation with the Madlanga Commission could either cement his legacy as a defender of principle, or accelerate his downfall as a leader seen to be shielding himself from accountability. What is certain is that South Africa has entered yet another stormy chapter, where political drama and constitutional questions collide, and where the words "it's shameful" may be remembered as either Ramaphosa's rallying cry or his moment of no return.